Hey guys, and welcome to another Nutrition Made Easy video. My name's Jim, and today we're going to talk about how to measure your body fat percentage. Hey guys, welcome back to the video. In this video we're going to talk about how to measure your body fat percentage. Now, why is this important? If we're looking to calculate our BMR or our TDEE to establish how many calories we need to be eating during a day to either gain weight, stay the same weight or lose weight, most of the time when we're looking to calculate this, someone is asking for our body fat percentage, so it's good to have that there. It's also good to know what our body fat percentage is, because then it can establish where we are on the kind of the weight spectrum, from underweight, optimum weight, overweight, obese and clinically obese. This can help us, give us a better understanding of where we are on this spectrum. Obviously, the more towards the clinically obese we become, the bigger health risks such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, the more chance of these actually coming into our lives. So if we can figure out where we are, it gives us a better understanding of how to attack the situation, how hard to attack the situation, and moving forward it just gives us an idea of how we're progressing as we go along. So I'm going to show us 11 different options today for calculating our body fat percentage. I'm not going to go into too much detail about all of them because then the video will probably be over an hour long, and as you're going to see, a lot of it is useless and I wouldn't recommend it. But before we get into that, I would please ask you to do one of two things. Well, ideally two of two things. If you could like the video, that would really help, and if you would be able to subscribe, that would help so much. You really wouldn't understand how much I would really appreciate it. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds now just to do that. Thank you very much. If you didn't do it, then you just had a boring 5 seconds, so the joke's on you. Or you already subscribed and I've just wasted 5 seconds, so I'm really sorry. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. First option that you may find online is calculating your weight. Now, this calculates your weight, true, but it doesn't look into your body fat percentage. You can have two people that weigh the same that have very clearly different bodies, so we're not going to use this. Second on this list sometimes would be a BMI, a body mass index. This takes your height and your weight into account, but again, you can have two people that are the same height and the same weight and look very different and have a massive difference in body fat percentage. So, nope. Calculating or measuring your waist circumference. Yes, this will look at how big your waist is, and if you're looking to lose weight on your waist, then calculating this and seeing how it's going down over time is a great way to look at that. But it's not going to calculate your body fat percentage, so nope. And I also found one which is a weight to height string test. So no, just no. And we've also got a waist to hip ratio. This can be helpful again if you're looking to lose weight in a specific place, but it's not going to give you your body fat percentage, or it's not going to be able to give you anywhere near an accurate body fat percentage, so no. So now we're getting into the ones that we could actually use. So the first one we're going to look at is called a skin fold measurement. This normally uses something called calipers, which I will ping onto the screen there, quick video. And these can be good and these can be accurate using the measurements and then the calculations that you would need. However, it is completely dependent on how good the person taking the measurements is. It also means that you would have to spend quite a bit of time doing this, and more often than not you have to get almost completely naked to do this. So you have to find a place where you're comfortable with someone that you're comfortable doing it with, who is trained or has at least experience using the calipers, but it can be quite accurate if you're able to fulfill all of these things. Next on the list is the bioimpedance analysis, BIA, or the SMART scales. These are a good idea because they are relatively cheap It's only one payment, and then you can do the measurement as many times as you want. On most cases, you will have to input your height, age, and some various other options depending on the scales. And that's it. You can keep using the scales, and they're very easy to use, which is a massive bonus. The accuracy can vary. It's not the most accurate way. It will also depend on how you set up before your weight. So the amount of water you take on board that morning, what you ate the night before, good night's sleep, bad night's sleep, all these kind of things can affect the readings. However, they can also affect the readings across any of these options. Okay, next on the list is the hydrostatic weighing, or the underwater weighing. This is a very accurate test, however it can be an absolute mission. There's not too many places that I know of personally that do this way of calculating your body fat. It also means getting into a pool on a weighing chair, breathing out every single bit of breath in your body and then holding your breath underwater while they're taking the measurements, and you have to be completely still for this. So it can be quite difficult, it can take quite a long time. We've also got an air displacement pod, which I believe looks like the kind of pod that Captain America gets out of when he goes from a skinny little man to the god that is Captain America. Again, these can be very expensive, seeing as you'd have to find somewhere that does this. Also getting there, you have to probably take a day out off work or do it in your spare time. But I would imagine that this is a lot safer than the hydrostatic, seeing as you are just sitting in a pod. And again, it is very accurate. Next option is a DEXA scan, which is a dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. The DEXA scan. Now, this can be hard to find again. I know that this is probably the most expensive of the options that I'm showing you today. However, it is seen to be the most accurate way of measuring your body fat percentage, and it is very easy for you. So from what I understand, you go into the room where this machine is, you lay on a bed, and then a big robotic X-ray arm will just scan over your body, looking at the density of your entire body, and then all the calculations are done for you. You're given a printout and a talk with the doctor or the guy or the girl that's running the machine and giving you your results. But again, this is very expensive, and I would imagine this is quite hard to find. And the last option that you may find online is the thigh gap test. No. Just no. In my opinion, the smart scales or the bioimpedance analysis scales are your best bet. For one, you've only got to pay for it once. Unless you break it, then you have to pay for it again. But you should only have to pay for it once. You can do it at home. You can determine when you do it. You haven't got to feel uncomfortable around other people. You've only got to put in your information once most of the time. They are relatively accurate. However, you do have to pay particular attention to your water intake, your sleep, what you've eaten. But if you can keep this consistent, then the results that you get should be consistent. So even if they are a little bit out, they'll consistently be out. And every time you weigh yourself, as long as you're losing body fat on these scales and you're keeping consistency in mind, then you should be losing body fat in real life. Now, the smart scales that I would recommend, I don't actually have them. I have used them once and I thought they were really good. The number that I saw on the screen was kind of what I was expecting, was the Vanity Planet Body Analyzer 1. I'll put a link to that in the description below, but it tells you your weight, your body fat percentage, how hydrated you are, bone, muscle and fat and water weight. Gives you a real diverse and complete breakdown of your body composition. I have no affiliation to these at all. I can't even get you a discount, although some other people may be able to. So maybe Google discount for the Vanity Planet Body Analyzer 1 scales. I'm sure you'll be able to find something there. And yeah, I'd recommend them. They're very easy to use, very easy to program, and all round just a good product. And also, A lot of doctor surgeries, so your GP or your medical practitioner, depending on where you are in the world, they often have a version of the bioimpedance analysis scales in their surgeries that you can use for free. Otherwise, some supermarkets such as Sainsbury's and Tesco's in the UK, I don't know in the US, they'll often have a machine that you can use, but sometimes it will have a charge, so maybe £1. Also, I've been in some gyms as well that will have one at an extra charge. But the bottom line is, whatever option you choose, be consistent with it. Don't jump between options of using the calipers and then going to a DEXA scan and then going on the smart scales and jumping around all over the place, because they're going to give you different readings. What you want to do is you want to stick with one option and then keep with that option. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you find out about the other videos that are coming up. If you want to ask a question, please feel free to do that in the comments below. And if you think you know anyone that may benefit from watching this video or one of the videos in this playlist or on the channel, please share to your friends. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.